That's scary. I've started on the 754. It's 1974. It's CB. I've got the hardtail I'm going to put on the bike. I wasn't really going to do that to this bike, but the getting all the stock parts and stuff is really expensive, and it's just not that great of a bike. The frame has been welded on back here before. It's been cut off back here, welded back. I don't know. It's just not that. It's not that good of a bike, and I had one chopper 750 years ago when I was a teenager, and I enjoyed riding that bike very much. It was really a nice bike, and it had the same style on it. It was a stock frame, but somebody custom built a hardtail for it. With this one, it's a bolt and weld on. It's TC supplies this. This is the mounts go on the swing arm. So you remove the swing arm, and this goes through there. Long bolt in a tube. So you're actually bolting that on. Then up here, you can bolt it on also, which is best to weld it. So I got to come in here, and I have to cut the tube here. This tube, riser tube, stays on. Tube's cut up here. Of course, the swing arm comes out, and then it gets bolted on back there. So yeah, I just pulled it down. There's the parts come off of it. I didn't want to bore people with stripping. I mean, anybody knows how to strip a bike. So let's see what I'm on up here today working. I'll probably go ahead and get the rear wheel and the swing arm off of it today. That way I'll be prepared to go ahead and do what I'm going to do on cutting the frame. I thought about conging the frame. It's the conging the frame where you come in and remove these tubes all the way down through there, cut it, and then you take these tubes and fab them up from here down to about right here on the frame, and you still retain the shock absorbers. But I don't want to do that. I want to go ahead and put this rigid on here. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rear wheel off, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'm back. Got it all taken apart now. It's really a piece of cake. Just a couple of different size sockets and a hammer and a screwdriver. You can just about take it all apart. Well, you can take it all apart. But okay, I'm down to cutting of the frame. Cutting of the frame can be very, very difficult to some people. I would like to cut it in a way that I'll be able to seal up the open tubes where no water can get in and just rust things out. And if I wanted to go back, I guess I could. So the method I'm going to choose, I prefer a hacksaw versus any kind of Ziz wheel that heats it up. I do have a portaband. I guess that's what I'm going to use. I think that would be the best. You get a good smooth cut with it. And then, if you run into trouble, you can cut it longer and then grind down to what you need. but so far it's just been a walk in the park. So I should have it mated up here just shortly. I'll get my portaband out and do, you know, some people can do it. You can do it with a Sawzall. That's another preferred method that I would rather use. This wheel, to me, it cuts fast. It heats up. It just heats stuff up and throws sparks everywhere. So let me get my saw out and see what I can do. All right, I just used my battery-powered Sawzall. It went right through that tubing. It's thin tubing, and I mean, just bam, it's off. So here's the tail section. And, you know, if I want to, I guess I could put it back on. So there's what the bike's going to look like stripped down. I saw a video of another guy doing one, and he cut out the piece right here that goes to the brake. But this one's notched. It may not need to be cut out, so I'm going to try to fit it up, see what it looks like. Okay, I got it fitted up. Fits up pretty nice, but the notch for the brake tube is really not in the right place. So instead of cutting that off, I'm gonna go ahead and cut some of this out right here, like so. That way I can get it on in. See the bolt right here, and the hole's here. So I got to go down some and in. And there's plenty of metal to do that with right there. And then that will make the top fit up better once I drop it down. Yeah, you can stand back here and look. She looks pretty straight. Of course, I'm going to make plugs for the tubes here, so nothing's open to get water in there and in the frame. But this is it's going on right nicely. You know, it's gonna, looks like it's gonna lower the bike some and lengthen it. So as you can see, here's where the original swing arm was. From this hole here back there. So you see it's going to be I guess about a 3-inch lower. So yeah, that's how it's working out. Let me get this marked and notched, and then I'll come back. Okay, I've got it fitted a little different now. The notches that were in there just for this tube. You can see that. The notches that came with it is just for that tube on the frame. So the brake lever, you know, I'm just going to have to make a new hole for it. And then it should fit up tight against the frame there. And I can weld it if I need to. So these tubes are just tacked in when they come from them, so I can maneuver them, move them in any way I want. If I want to run a fatter tire or taller tire or something. So I got to get that marked there, and then I'm going to cut a new hole in it, and that way the brake will work like it originally did from the factory. So it should match on up to the frame right there in that part. I don't know if y'all can see that. And these tubes did come with plugs in the end, so they're already plugged. Plugged back here too. So let me get that marked and get a hole cut in it, and then I'll come back in a little bit. Okay, I got it back off. I've marked where the hole needs to go. I mean, to me, that's just going to be better. Go ahead and cut that hole. That way that'll protrude through there, and I can still run my stock brakes. So I don't know what the plan would be for brakes if you didn't leave that intact. And the brake pedal and all right here. See where it's going to come through. Stock spring will work back on it. So yeah, that's what's going to happen to it. So let me get that hole cut. Well, I got it mocked up. I got the brake lever where it's going to work now. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I got the original bolt going back through the swing arm in there. Cut a piece of pipe to space it. This is all where it's going to go. So that's ready to weld. I'm going to make a couple of gussets to go here to tie this together. And as you see, I never changed the jack. So when I put the wheel back up here, you can see how much it's going to lower it. It looks about like 3 inches. Yeah, we're going to lower it 3 inches. So there it is. I mean, this is taking me every bit of about an hour and a half. Well, it took me about 30 minutes to tear it all down, get all the parts off of it, and get it ready for the rigid hardtail weld on. So there it is.